Hello guys, welcome back to Motorsport Manager with our Create a GT Team series. In the previous episode, we done reasonably well, and we said we'd be going to Milan next. I think it was Milan we said we were going to next. Either way, we didn't quite get there. I did do the episode, I recorded the episode. There was a problem with the recording, so we've accidentally skipped it. We did finish reasonably well. We finished 11th and 15th, which when you compare it to Beijing, 15th and 9th, not quite as good, but still not far off, really. But we have got the Black Sea coming up now. Financially, we're not doing too great. Losing £737,000 a race. Still got £3 million sitting in there. We have got 5 races to go, though. That's the only problem. I'm going to keep the budget of the car at 600,000. I'm hoping that coming in at the end of this, we'll be able to pick up some more dollar cash. Ambrose has got 1 race left. We've not really been using. Well, we have been using it for the 6th or above, but we're not really getting anywhere with it. Rushjet's still got a long time to go, but once this one kicks out, we should be able to get a bit more money come in and go from there. Our headquarters has actually updated. Factory's there, level 2. So if we go and have a look at our improved parts now, we can actually put 4 in each. So we're now looking to improve these parts. So reliability of both our suspensions has increased. So we have fitted the suspension to both cars now. Still keeping the better car parts on the Engelhardt's car. So we do have a risky suspension part here as well. Now there's a risk of rule break, but we're not going to use it yet. We're going to get it up to spec. Probably should build an engine, but the engine's fully performing at this point with 100% reliability, same as the brakes here. And we're working on the original gearbox. We are looking to increase the reliability of the spoiler. Don't know why, just because. Probably should put it into one of the brakes, this one for example. There we go. So that's what we're going to be doing today, guys. We're going to head into the Black Sea, have a quick look at the cars. So as you can see, the purple car, Engelhardt's car, is a lot better than Vasu's car at this point. Not brilliant, but it is a lot better. When we look at this, our car is still bottom. Our drivers are 6th. Headquarters is up to 3rd. You know, getting there. 9th on the staff and 9th on the sponsorship. So let's get into the Black Sea. We're going to pick... Do we pick Ambrosia? There's a lot of straights there. We'll take Ambrosia. It's worth the risk. He's not happy he's got the worst part. Bear in mind, we did say they were going to be equal status. A little bit of a lie. Engelhardt is that much better, so he's getting the better deal out of this. So, Black Sea, Russia, or is it the Crimea in Ukraine? I don't know. Controversy. So here we are, Black Sea. It is raining. Now, in the previous practice, I actually managed to get it to the point where we had both racing trim at level 3, our medium at level 3, and we had a qualifying trim at level 1. So we done all right there. I'm going to try and do the same here if I can. It is going to be damp. It looks like the weather's going to improve slightly and then get wetter again, so we are going to stick on the intermediates. Cornering is way off, so we need to push into that. Handling is way off as well, and so is the speed balance. Crikey, everything's fucked. Let's push more this way, I think, get sort of rough there. We're going to stick with the inters because it is going to be wet. Let's have a look at your setup. Push that way, push that way. Push that way. Let's hope for the best. Stick on the inters, and that will do. Let's get this practice underway. Now, send you out. We're going to go for the race trim. We're going to get the race trim up to level 3, and then maybe look at doing the qualifying trim like last time. If we can get that to work, it will be spot on. I haven't messed around. I've never had qualifying trim on. Why can't you just stick with the race trim? I don't get it. Anyway, let's have a look at Engelhardt. We're going to go for an overtaking attack. We're going to try and get as much knowledge out of this as we can. So we're already halfway to our inters and race trim. Water on the track is going to start getting worse soon. So a new fastest sector with first team out, so it doesn't really make any difference. Hitting the limit on the straight, so we need to bring that down. We're going to bring you in straight away on that one then. So we've got level 1 race trim and inters. Gearing is with longer ratios. Okay, it's fine. Bring you both in. Bring you both in. Let's go to Engelhart. We definitely don't want to be hitting the limiter on the straights, especially with the engine we've got. It's not the best. So let's have a look. Doesn't like this. That's okay. Does not like this. So we're going to be pushing into that point there. Going to go for some lower speed corners. Maybe bring this down here and adjust it down and see how he feels about that, shall we? Keep the same tyres, why not? Because it is going to carry on being wet. Vosu's about to come in, he's going to get the same treatment. Except he's going to get a slap around the back of the head. Don't know why. But he is. So it doesn't like those, it does like that, and that's not good. So he definitely said he wanted more on the old top speed. So we're going to push that massively. Drop that down a bit more and bring that this way. Like so. Let's see how he feels about that. Keep it on the same inters again. Stick on Engelhart. I am drinking Kronenberg again tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know why. Actually, I do know why. I bought a big fucking crate of it. That's why I'm drinking it. So, race trim's level 2. That's good. Inters are level 2 as well. We've got 6.5 minutes left. We may be able to get some medium tyre. Oh, should we go for soft tyre knowledge? If we can get these guys up real quick, we'll go for some soft tyre knowledge, even though it's wet. And so they're happy with that, and some race trim. That's the plan. I'm going to try and get a bit more knowledge up, just so we've got something to play with when it comes to race day. Because if it's not raining, then having inter knowledge is just useless, isn't it, really? So we're going to bring Vosu in first. So we'll just bring them both in, fuck it. So they're purple, that's fine. Let's go to Vosu, because he's going to be coming in first. He's happy with the speed balance. There's not really much more we can do with that. Still not happy with the cornering. Okay. So where were we before? Very poor. So we need to push away even further than that. To there. Handling may improve. Top speed may improve because of that. Tyre choice. Now, it is wet, but it is going to dry out. So we are going to look at getting some softs. Stints, qualifying trim, 3 laps. And at this point, he's going to stay out there now. So let's go to Engelhart. Let's get you overtake attack. And high and push. No, overtake attack. There we go. So because we've got the level 3. Oh, there we go, great and excellent. It's just getting these cornerings down now. Problem is, we can't go any further that way at the cornering. Do that. Will that work? We might lose our excellent, that's the only downside. We'll see how that fits. He's got his qualifying trim, he's got the soft tyres on. So, let's see how that looks. Let's get these both out. I didn't give him the 3 laps though, did I? I only gave him the 1. Shite. It's fine, I'm definitely going to get 3 laps done in that amount of time. But we are going to go hard into this. So Vosu is now currently faster than Engelhart for the laps, but Engelhart's not really had the opportunity to set a decent flying lap yet. He will get a chance this time round. Perfect gear ratios, that's nice. We're nearly at level 1 for soft tyres and for the qualifying trim. So we've got level 1 for both of those, so that gives us a little bit more to play with when it comes to race day itself. So if we can get those two through first, so we're first and second for speeds in the qualifying. Does that... Ballast can go to the front a bit more, well, weren't able to. So you're out of fuel, which is unfortunate. We're not going to quite get there. That's my own fault. We should have pushed that. I should have double checked that. If that was an actual race, would have been knackered. So he's not happy still. So we fucked that up. I think that was a lot better previously. We got fastest and we got third fastest in the qualifying. So, you know, it's going to be helpful for us. We can work with it. So this is qualifying, obviously. So it doesn't look like there's going to be water on the track. We are going to go with the no, we're not going to go the intermediate and softs. We're going to go... Why won't you let me do qualifying trim? There we go. Go light-footed medium tyres. Wear more slowly. We'll do that. We'll definitely do that in the race. And then for this guy, we're going to take the qualifying trim and the soft tyres as well. So that's that. So let's have a look at your setup. So you were previously good, and that was more that way. Speed was good as well. So can we do that? Will that help you? Will you be happy with that? And stick on the softs. As for you, you want the ballast to come further forward. It's all the way forward, mate. I can't get it any further forward, I'm afraid. Not really much done. Can we fuck around with this though to get this lower? We can. What about handling? Handling is then an issue. That handling there outside of the mechanic's recommendation. But what if the mechanic is wrong? Don't know what else to do with that. We're going to give them the softs anyway. We're going to see if this increases. Select session bonuses to continue. I thought I'd done this. There we go. Right, so let's get rocking. Take qualifying. So send you out. Go, 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 go. So we are going to stick one auto. In the previous race I didn't fuck around with it. Didn't learn anything. Now, I should let you guys know as well, up to this episode, all of the Motorsport Manager episodes have been recorded in one day. I am lagging a little bit, like flagging a little bit even. Getting a bit tired. But, so if you've made any comments on the videos, I won't have seen them until this point. If you've made any comments as well, and if you've liked and subscribed, I really heavily appreciate it. I really do. It's not a case of me wanting you guys to subscribe. It's nice knowing that I'm doing a good job if I'm entertaining people. That's all. So I am appreciating that if you have subscribed. So we've got a flying lap coming up after this one. As soon as we're around this corner, I say as soon as we're around the corner. As soon as we're around the next corner, we start our flying lap. Now, we're going to have a look at this. 1.02 and then versus a second slower. So Erlen has already pushed forward and gone a bit faster. Engelhart is still in 4th, versus in 10th. Engelhart is now 6th, versus 11th. Let's get this slowed down. So let's have a look at this setup, shall we? Good, great, excellent. I can't really do much more with that, I'm afraid. Not without upsetting the balance here. So we're going to carry on. We're going to carry on, see if we can do a little bit better. Poor and okay. So that was a good and a good. Handling is excellent. We need to get that top speed up to there, was it? For good. So let's move that down just a touch more. Very poor, poor, okay, poor. That's where it is now. Right, we'll let them do that. We'll let them give that a go. Still dry, so it's still going to be on auto, so I don't have to worry about that. Let's have a look at Engelhart. Engelhart's down in 9th now. Now we do want this 6th place because we do need the money. That is the real issue with this. We do need that cash dollar very, 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 very much so. So it's going to start its flying lap. Hopefully what we've done has improved the motor. Same for Vosu. In fact, we didn't mess around with Engelhart, I don't believe, did we? So it's all down to Vosu. Vosu is currently in 19th. We don't want 19th, we want 15th really. Engelhart, what did you get? Not an improvement. If anything, it was slower. So I have to have a look at that. Engelhart, however, was slower. It's going to go around again though. Apparently. At least he said he's going to take another crack at it. So Engelhart got 11th, so he's through to the next stage. Is Vosu going to carry on? You said you were going to take another crack at it. Don't then come in, stay out, you know. Retards. So he's good at okay, so we're going to cancel that. And you are okay, excellent, great. So these bits have improved. This is the setup we want to use. We can't get this to change any further, can we? Not really. Not without fucking around with everything else too much. 24 psi. Handling down. Does that work? Will that be a little bit further this way? We can't really send him out with it. Fuck it, we're going to. No, we're not. Ah, dear. So we're not going to be able to tell if that's improved for Vosu, unfortunately. Well, I'm happy with Engelhart's setup. I'm not happy that he came 12th, but I'm definitely not happy that Vosu became 20th. So Vosu is literally here just to get us money. That's all he is good for. Other than that, he's dog shit. He really is. He's no good. He's actually worse than our previous drivers. So we're going to go into stage 2 of the qualifying with Engelhart alone. I'll show you what I did with regards to the cooling thing. As I say, I don't know if I've done it right. So, send out. We're going to keep you exactly how you are. I can't fuck around with this, as we know. We're going to carry on with softs. Yep, we're going to carry on with softs. And you can go out now. We're going to keep you on a slow, so I can do this thing, whatever it is. So let's go smash right up to speed. Let's bring that down a little bit, I guess. So I've got this perfect. It's getting that brake temperature going. That's the weird thing. Get you auto on for the next bit. So let's start the lap. If anyone knows what I'm going to do there, if it's like a case of speeding up and slowing down based on where you are on the track and the corners and that, then just let me know. So that is a slower lap than we had in the previous qualifier. You can see that by the fact we're getting pushed down straight away from everyone. So we're down in 8th. 20th and 8th currently to start. Joy. It's going to be good, isn't it? I want to see if I can fuck around with it slightly more. That's the problem. I really want a great... But what else can I do? Everything I touch... I can't do anything with it. That's the annoying thing. Has that changed at all? Has that changed? Has it got further away? He definitely wants to go further into the low speeds. Let's have a look, see if that's changed anything. Okay, carry on the same tyres. Get you sped up. We've got him on the auto with regards to the conditioning shit. Clean air or clear air optimization. So they've sped it all the way up. Start backing it back a little bit when we're braking. Backing it back. I don't get what they're doing. It's the brake temperature. So we're down in 14th currently for our pole position. Let's get this flying lap out of the way. I don't know if we've improved the car. It's not a big problem if we haven't. We can use the previous setup. So no improvements. Down for 14th still. So we won't be going to Q3 unfortunately. So we've got 14th and 20th to start, but we've got the shittest cars by a long way. We need a better engine. We just can't afford a better engine. Now we've got to try and struggle through for the rest of the season, unless we get a big sponsorship deal incoming, in which case I will get a bigger engine. That is the thing I think that is holding us back the most. I've spent a lot of money on suspension, probably the same amount of money I could have bought a fucking engine for. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. If we get a big sponsorship deal coming before the next race, I will definitely build an engine. What the fuck is going on here now? Can we just get on, please? Thank you. One of the Scanstrom guys, we've got a thing going on with them. I think it might be White, actually. So basically, I had to do an interview and I said he was a good driver. And he's open to being signed by us, Barnaby White. It's just shit, though. So, we're not going to do that. If it was Olin, I'd put in the money for Olin. We're going to simulate this session, as per. I don't know why we're slowing that down. Just habit. So, I'm looking at Olin and Landvik to be at the top here. Going Verkreiser. That's just your typical free. NATO's up there to playing around in it. Partonen, if you remember, well, you don't remember, Ollie, he crashed out on the first lap in the last race. So that's a bit of a turnaround for him for this race. So we are going to start at 15th and 20th, which is dog shit, let's face it. Blue Ball Racing weren't quite at it today. I was hoping Falco Engelhardt could do better. So was I, my love, so was I. Blue Ball Racing, the coolest team in the GT Challenger Series, there's no denying it. Well, you know. When you look like me, everything's cool. So, we're looking at some water on the track. Doesn't look like there's going to be a lot, but we are going to go with... Do we going to go with the light-footed medium tyres? I'm definitely going to take the race trim. We're not going to start an inters. We're not going to... We'll take the light foot, I think. We're going to try and do this. Maybe one or two. Light foot wet tyres. Definitely not going to take that. We will take the inters, though. How's that looking? It's going to be sunny, isn't it? So, do we really want the inters, or do we want the softs? We're going to go with softs, I think. There we go. So, car set up. We're not going to go out on intermediates. We're going to go out on mediums. Now, how many laps is there? 37. That's fine. That's fine. We're going to take the mediums. 12 to 14. We're going to get 37 laps. So, we're going to go with 14 laps worth of fuel. So that was only okay. That one's better. So we're going to go with that setup for Engelhardt. Was there anything better here? We can't really change anything else there. So tyre choice, we are going to go with mediums as well. We're going to go with 12 laps worth of fuel. Yeah, 12. So he's going to come in first. That's the plan. So we're going to get 14 laps out of Engelhardt, hopefully. As long as the weather doesn't turn too shitty. And then we're going to get 12 laps out of Vosu. And as soon as Vosu's gone out of the pit, Engelhardt will be going into it. And we are going to start by attacking and pushing, because we're not in a great position, let's face it. Select the tyres which don't suit the current weather conditions. I know, because I've looked ahead, and things don't look that great. So Olin, Landvik, Verkreisa, NATO, and Ley are our top 5 today. Let's get it going. So, Engelhardt straight off the track. Vosu is looking like he's going to hit 19th. Engelhardt's done something, has dropped a position. But he has pushed past up into 14th. Vosu is still last. Not surprising. Vosu's dog shit. He's literally just there to collect a paycheck and make us look better. With marketability, basically. Falco Engelhardt, he's dropped down. He's got back his position. He has dropped down again now, however. But he has got a big pack ahead of him. Once we start using this, once we get the opportunity to use this, he will zip quite a way ahead. Vosu has dipped behind massively, but we've got to remember we're using the wrong tyres, really. 19th place is not so good. We're going to have a little bit of a shunt with our electronic boost. Weather is going to start getting better soon. So, yeah, okay, we're going to be losing out. Oh, no, fuck you, we're not going in for inters. We're fine. No, because by the time we come in for inters, you're going to want to come in for fucking softs or something. But water's going to go soon. We are going to, like I say, dip down behind. We are going to just speed this up as well. We're going to dip down behind for a bit, but it's not going to be a big issue. Unless, of course, we crash. Versus being flat spotting. So we're going to switch to neutral and high for both drivers. We're going to stay on Engelhardt. He is our best hope for a win, or at least a decent position. The main pack is getting away very, very quickly, but it's these back guys. We're all on mediums, you see, so there is that to take into account. These guys at some point are going to have to come in, but they may be so far ahead that it's not going to matter. So, we'll see how it looks. We may have made a bit of a mistake here. But fingers crossed we can do this for just the pits. We're going to try and gain our positions back out of those. So these guys are going to have to come in, well, after us actually. These guys are going to have to come in before us, I believe. But everyone else is going to have to come behind us. We're going to conserve the tyres, conserve the tyre. We're going to switch down to mediums for both drivers. Now saying that, no we're not. We've got enough fuel to keep us going. We are going to try and conserve these tyres though. We want to get the full 6 laps out of Vosu and the full 8 out of Engelhardt here. Engelhardt is catching up with 18th place there, who is... oh no, he has gone past 18th place. Vosu is now 19th, so 17th is Pernat, who in the previous race, you weren't there, he also crashed out. So the track is drying up rapidly, so we should start seeing our pace pick up quite decently. We'll start to pick up, get caught up with this little pack here, and that's the main plan. Teams are going in for tracks, for new tyres by the looks of things, so we may be able to gain some distance here. So big push for you, up into 15th for Engelhardt, 18th still for Vosu, unfortunately, 17th for Vosu. Everyone's now got new tyres. We're going to have to get some soon, unfortunately. White is just ahead of us. He'll probably pop in for new tyres at some point. Giuliani in 8th has now got the fastest lap. Everyone is on softs apart from a few guys on mediums. We're probably going to stick with mediums because we do have that little bonus. Talking of which, we're going to have to bring in our fella now. So we can get 14.96. That brings up to 28 to finish on 9 laps. So that's if the tyres last. I know the tyres are 12 to 14. So we've got 13.96, that'll be fine. Park conditions okay. We're not going to do a battery recharge. We're not going to worry about that. We're going to be 20th when we come out anyway. So we're going to head back to Engelhardt. We're going to keep an eye on this guy. We're going to go for attack and overtake. He does have 4 laps of fuel available to him. Yeah, go for it, mate. Go for it. You attack. So we're going to go neutral again with him now. So Engelhardt is going to switch down to high and push. He is going to go one more lap and then go in. Let's get a little bit of a boop. So let's overtake attack and we'll get this to pit. So estimated laps 12 to 14. Medium tyres wear more slowly, so we may be able to get a bit more than 12 to 14 out of him. At the minute he's going to get 0.37, so 12 to 14, 12.37, 12.37. That'll leave us on 12 laps, so that'll be fine. Recharge battery, no. If we go fast, that's going to change anything? No, so we might as well just stick with the 17 second, finishing 19th. Bearing in mind that Vosu will be the guy behind us. We are fitting you for fresh tyres, mate. Don't you worry about that, my old beauty. So, give Vosu a little boost. I think he's got 19th just in front of him. No, he's got 2nd just in front of him. So he's been blue flagged after 13 laps. Always nice. Engelhardt is on his way out. And he has come out in 18th. Vosu, can you catch up to 19th? So a lot of these guys are going to have to start coming for tyres again soon. 13 was dipped in. 17 I think already dipped in. Yeah, so White doesn't need to. We are going to save this boost up though. We're going to wait until a few more drivers have jumped in. And then when we get to this straight here, we're going to fucking floor it. Vosu's got a blue flag. Vosu's going to keep getting knocked back at this point. So... see if we can catch up to 19th. He's not that far off 19th now. Engelhardt's up to 15th, which is always nice. Vos is still 20th, lagging just behind 19th. These tyre temps feel really high. That's fine. We'll get you down to neutral and high. And we'll get you on to overtake and neutral. Engelhardt to 13th. Vosu still in 20th. He's trying to catch up, bless him, but he's not that good, is he? So, 13th here. A couple of these guys are going to dig in soon. Taylor's going to go in. Surely. Taylor's got to go in, surely. So's Mincer. We're up to 12th, see, so we're gonna start gaining some positions here. First has lapped everyone. So Olin's just a freak who's now going to into pit. And then we're going to do this. Engelhardt's still in 12th. 11th's not too far ahead of him, which is Taylor. Taylor is going to have to get tyres soon. So is Mincer, Kellier, and Okimoto. Should he be conserving fuel here? Yes, let's fuck it. In fact, you can start conserving a bit of fuel as well. Engelhardt up to 11th. Nice to see. He's got ahead of Taylor, I'm assuming. Yeah, Taylor's going to pit. So, who is next to pit? There's got to be some drivers coming into pit. So, 10th, 9th, 7th and 8th are coming into pit. 9th and 10th haven't. We've got the opportunity here to get into 9th position. And we've managed that. That's good. We do have 4 laps of fuel remaining. So, we're going to pop down a medium. We're going to get the conserve on the tyres. We're at 52%. We are sitting pretty in 9th. Now, I can see 6th place, well, it's now 8th place sitting in the pit. They've just popped out. Can we get ahead of them? We can. That's good stuff. Now, 19th, Vosu. Can we get ahead of these two guys? Yeah, up to 17th. Caught up with 16th. Engelhardt has dropped down to 9th, unfortunately. Tyre wear's getting pretty bad. Okay, well, you are... Vosu, probably going to have to come in on this one anyway. So let's get you back on the mediums. We've got 16 laps remaining. We're going to have to do 2, so I might as well go with softs, I guess. Didn't really want to do a 2, but that's my own fault. I'm pushing it too hard. So if we go bang bang. And then we're going to go medium and neutral. So let's get back over to Engelhardt. There's not a lot we can do in that position. He's got a couple of drivers in front of him. He could potentially get back up to 9th here. 9th are using their boost though, but we're going to do exactly the fucking same. Hopefully get a bit out of it. Vosu had a good pit, but he is massively behind. Like 20 seconds behind 19th place. He's dog shit. He's dog shit, that's all there is to it. So we're going to smash into this. We're going to pit on this one. 15 laps remaining, 12 to 14. Actually, no, we're not. We're going to wait. We're going to come back into low and conserve. Neutral, actually. And hopefully, we'll see what we're looking like when we get round. When we get to the pit itself, if we've still got a lap's worth of fuel, which we have, yeah, now we're going to pit. So we've got the 14 laps remaining. we're going to go with 16 laps worth of fuel. We're just going to go high pushing. Do we take a fast? No, we're going to estimate it 15th when we come out of here. So we're going to keep with the same strategy here. We need to conserve this fuel. We will push, just hoping. Vosu. Why are you so dog shit? You've got a chance to come up to 19th here. Again, lovely. So at least it's not last, eh? Let's pit for inters. Oh shit, yeah, fuck. Bollocks. We've gone in for softs, haven't we? Or was it mediums? I can't remember now. I should have been looking. That's my bad. We're going to pit in for wets, thank you very much. And we're going to have to do the same with, what's his face? Engelhardt, unfortunately. That was poor on my part. Why was I not looking at that? So, we're going to pit you in again, unfortunately. I didn't want to pit you in so soon. Likewise, we're going to get... we'll go one more lap. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. We're going to bring you in for wets anyway. You're going to go one more lap, and once you've done your lap, we're going to bring you in for wets. So you're going to go attack. This was poor on my part. I've lost us this race now. We're not even going to get a decent finish. So, come in for the wets. Fuel options. You're alright for fuel. In fact, we might... What's that going to add? That's going to add time, so no, we're not going to worry about that. We're going to go for a fast pit, 5 seconds in. We've got massively excessive fuel. This was just poor on my part, it really was. So where is Vosu? Vosu's just behind 19th. We need to be able to catch up with him. Still 15th, 16th now for Engelhardt. We've done a bit of a bad one. Yes, I know, some idiot made a fucking mistake with the tyres. Like, just deal with it, mate, alright? You got 9 laps to try and gain yourself some positions. Let's pit for inters. No, let's pit for wets. Because we've got wets. Let's keep that going. Vosu's got the blue flag. I'm tempted just to fucking retire him, but there's not a retirement option, which is a little bit annoying. So let's just keep on the overtake and push. Engelhardt has got a few people ahead of him. I don't think anyone else is probably going to come into... a few people might come into pit before the end, you never know. I don't think that's going to happen though. 15th is not the best for us. This is actually a really poor run for Engelhardt, but that is my own fault. I shouldn't have let that happen. So 13th did pit actually, 14th just behind him. Let's get a nice little shove up there. There we go, we've got 20th for Vosu. 19 has just come around the bottom corner here, so Vosu's coming up. Engelhardt's in 15th. Love a bit of lightning going on there, look. So both drivers do have excessive fuel, so we are going to carry on pushing on the fuel. I can see 15th just there. Engelhardt has just got past 15th. Yes, Engelhardt has taken 15th. 14th is miles ahead. 14th is way out of league. But we are going to come back on the tyres a little bit. We're just going to keep pushing on the fuel because we do have 4 laps still to go. Vosu, where are you? 19th and miles ahead still, so that's not going to happen. This is about as good as it's going to get, unfortunately. Don't need to see the driver modifiers. Didn't realise that was a thing in the bottom corner there. So we've got 16th on our arse, 14th for too far out of the way for us. Is Vosu really making any head ground? He's making a little bit of ground on the 19th position there. Not a huge amount, so. Engelhardt, can you catch up to 14th? Where 14th? You have 50 pence pieces for tyres. What? What? Oh, right, I see. He's flat spotted things. That's it. It's a 50 pence piece, if you don't know, has got lots of square, like sort of straight edges. That's basically what he's saying. We're still in 15th. Vosu is not going to get 19th, unfortunately. Yeah, okay, well, suck it up, deal with it, okay? Hello, game fucking froze up a little bit there. So, coming in for the final lap. You can see 14th just ahead of us. Let's give that a big push. We can get up to here. We can get up to this. Now, we've got the excessive fuel. We're going to go attack with the driving style. We want 14th. We need 14th. That's just a few more points that we should be having. They're just there, look. They're just there. Right in the last corner. We can't get to them. 15th will have to do, with Vosu coming in a respectable dog shit 20th. I didn't mean respectable. I meant dog shit. Because, guess what? Dog shit. Oh dear, that was just a bad race. That was my own fault. That was the poor decision. We should have just had a look, gone for wets from there. If we'd gone for wets from there, we'd probably be 11th, 10th. Well, with regards to Vosu, if we'd done the same, we could have probably seen that. We'd have probably switched to inters. We'd have been knackered when it come to this bit, but at least we'd have been sort of higher up. But oh well. We haven't got any legal parts yet. We do have a part that might be a little bit dodgy. We're not using it yet. So we are 8th. Orlons have just reached a little bit ahead of us. We were on equal footing with Orlons after the last race, but we are now 33 points ahead of 9th place. So this 8th place is nearly consolidated. We've nearly got the 8th place. Kingman is pretty cool, good fashion sense. Well, you haven't seen me in real life. So yeah, so that was a shit show of a performance, let's face it, it really was. So normally what happens here, guys, is I talk over the loading screen that I was going to remove because it takes too long to load. And then I say, right, next race is this, we'll see you in the next episode. But what I'm going to do today is we're going to have a quick look at... we're going to have a quick look at everything, really, I suppose. Just in case you feel like I'm glossing over things. I've got the normal bit at the end here. We came 9th, so we weren't happy with us. The drivers are improving. Falco Engelhardt, however, is pretty much at his full ability. We're going to hold on to him next season, but we are going to get rid of Vosu next season, look for someone better. He is improving. He still has the ability to improve almost to the point of Engelhardt. And their relationships are improving. Our marketability and our chairman's happiness has gone down because of how poor our finish was. We've just lost £737,000, which is disappointing, unfortunately. So, yeah, disappointing. This is why I couldn't go back. The game saves after each race. So when I found out that the race, the recording for the previous race had knackered itself up, I couldn't go back. At least I couldn't find a way of going back. So we've got an interview. So basically, when you finish the race, we get the normal stuff. So it looks way ahead of practice. Someone gets there, car conditions knackered. Got a scout report. So we're gonna have a look at Barnaby White in a minute, who's the guy who's quite happy to join us. Do this interview. Quick stop for Engelhardt, result in a mistake. He's right. Should have been more careful. So I guess his chairman back up there because we've gone. Yeah, chairman's right. Barnaby White. So he's happy to join us because, well, we butted him up. He's not actually that bad. His smoothness is terrible. That's the only thing that's put me off of him. If his smoothness was like 16, 17, I'll be looking to sign him. I really would. But it's not. So we're not going to. So let's have a look at the home screen. So in the series, 15th and 21st overall, we can't really click on here. Our job is secure and we're on target. Now, this shows you work in process, so we do have performance and reliability improvements on the go. 367 days, we can change these around. We are scouting another driver, a guy called Scott Price. There's 19 days left on that. As you can see, we still have the worst car. We do have the 6th best drivers. We have the 3rd best headquarters, which is surprising. 9th best staff and 9th best sponsors. When we go to our character, you can see our age here. We've got the ex-driver bonus here. That's us. Nice little beard. I don't have a beard, but I fancied putting a beard on. These are our stats. Race management is 9, financial is 9, loyalty is 8. These go up based on how well you do. So the longer I stay here and the longer I hold on to certain drivers and staff members, that will go higher. If we keep the money going up, that will go higher. If we keep winning races, that will go higher. This shows us the available jobs. Now, because this is our team, we're not going to go for any of those. Obviously, picture of the car. Looks quality, looks sexy. Pick up date and that, can't you? So, because the car is being fixed, we can't actually look at the parts we're going to improve, but we can fit parts, we can design new parts, and that's all done here. So, as you can see, we've got engine, gearbox, brakes, suspension, spoiler we don't do because it's a spec part. they may end up in the GMA doing things. There is a thing for spec brakes coming up soon, which I'm tempted, because it means you get 150 quality brakes, which means it's one less thing we have to worry about spending money on. If we look at our parts anyway, we do have one decent set of brakes, but 45 over 45 compared to 150 over 150, I'm going to be voting for it. This is our headquarters. Our factory is the best on the grid, which is nice. Staff, apparently a second. Staff happiness, I guess. So our current part knowledge, we need to increase that. Our overall, we're third. So new buildings we could build. We could get the forecasting centre, which means we can look further ahead of time, but it is 6 million. Better test track, unlocks better engine, about 8 million. Better gearbox, 5.25. Better brakes, 8 million, but hopefully that's not going to be an issue for us, if we can get our vote through. Which we will have a look at today. We'll have a look at the votes. Staff centre, which increases the improvement rates. Now, all of these are locked until we get to a level 2 design centre. So, to do that, you'd have to upgrade the building, but it's 8 million. Factory is 15 million, but we do get more improvement slots and stuff. And then we've got another scouting facility which unlocks more drivers. Just a little bit of a team overview. It tells you what drivers, backup drivers, lead designers, race mechanics, how happy the thing is, the chairman even, our marketability. If you click left and right, you can see the other teams. We are in a GT series. You can look at the single series. This is our chassis makeup. Our suppliers. Basically, when I looked at this, your fuel efficiency and improvability, and you get a base stat modifier. So the overall value of our chassis for this season was 3 million. Now, I'm pretty sure we have saved more than 3 million for next season, so we should have a better chassis going into the season. Driver overview tells you sort of basic info about the drivers, same with the staff, same with the scouting. Not anyone else I'm looking at scouting. We've got our favourites here, so I've put a few people in that I wouldn't mind trying to sign at some point. I'm not going to add Barnaby White, I'm not going to add him. And you've got little stars here you can add people in. I'm not going to add anyone else, really. No. Finances, pretty self-explanatory, tells you how much things cost. We've spent 2.2 million on car parts this season, which isn't really anything. So far we've got 3.3 million for next year's car. Now, we are putting £600,000 a race aside for this car. I am tempted to drop it down to 300,000, but at the same time I want us to have the money there to have a better car. Spent 5 million this year on drivers, £425,000 per race. Now, I think that's including. No, that won't be. That doesn't include the money. No, it does actually. So, 240 grand away from that. It could have been a lot worse. So it's actually paying for Vosu wages and a bit of Thankful Hearts. Race mechanics, we know they're expensive. Designer, we know they're expensive. HQ and upkeep, that's gone up because we've had to increase that. We spent 10.2 million on our headquarters this season. Now, we've had to do that. HQ income, I don't know what that does. Global Motorsport Association, we don't get it from them. Travel costs, quite explanatory. Chairman payments. Now, the chairman has given us additional funds. At one point, I did request it. He wasn't happy about it. I will be trying to, again. No prize money yet, so we've not won anything. Sponsorship, getting 750 grand per race from the sponsorship, which is, didn't have it, we'd be fucked. We've got 6.86 million out of those this year. Dilemmas. Now, dilemmas are decisions you need to make. Sometimes they'll say, can we have an interview, this is the money, and it'll affect the driver's morale. I said yes. I didn't fucking care. Sponsors, we do have one slot available. We don't have any sponsorships available to us yet. We do have a race in 24 days. There should be some sponsors come up. Now, hopefully it's going to be something that's both affordable and decent. Our sponsorship level has gone down because we have dipped below the 48% marketing ability. Engelhart, he was at 90%, but because he keeps losing races, that's going down. Vosu, same again. Standings, self-explanatory, don't need to go into that. Calendar, again, self-explanatory, don't need to go to that. We are going to get fucked up the arse for this race because we don't have a decent engine. Now, I would love for us to have a decent engine. We could go build it, but we're not going to because we can't afford to. It's as simple as that. We do have free sponsors come up, so both cars have been repaired. So depending on what happens here, it's 5th for above, 8th for above, 9th for above, upfront payment 750 grand. What do we do? I mean, we're not going to get 5th, we're not going to get 8th, probably not going to get 9th, but that's 750 grand. And it's going to take 2 races before it disappears, so we're going to go with that. It's 750 grand. That's just paid for one of our races, basically. That is what that's done. So because that's been fixed, we can have a look at the improvement parts. So as you can see, we've got 4 parts here on performance, 4 parts on reliability. We're working on reliability for this part here. Now this part is our possibly illegal part. But we can try and get its ability up as well. It's our second best actually. Once we get it up high enough, we'll start using it. You can adjust this so that the performance and reliability changes. I'm tempted to do this, so we've got this part available to us coming up. In fact, I think if we do that, yeah. If we get rid of these, don't need to put anything into reliability here. I mean, who needs brakes? We can get that done before the race, and it's done 35 days after the race. So this gearbox is at 6 out of 11 for performance. That's really, really poor when you consider 121 for this part. These are 150 static, which is why I'm thinking about voting yes in a week's time to get the spec brakes. Hopefully it'll go through. If we get spec brakes for next season, this all affects next season, then that's one thing less we don't have to pay out for. It's good and bad, you know. It's something that I'm looking at. I feel like we need a couple of spec parts so we can concentrate more and spend less money on certain bits. The thing is, it'll put everyone on a level pegging as well. So the teams that are fucking way ahead of us will either get pegged back, you know. So as you can see, we've got a load of shit coming through. Spec brakes coming up here. This is our vote. I don't know how many votes I've got available to me. You can abstain from votes. That's the thing. So we'll have a look. So spec brakes on the agenda for GMA. Alexia Barnett is hated by her own mechanics. Barnett is a complete prat. You can't talk to her like a normal human being. She looks a bit like a prat. She's only 19 though. So, and she can be improved. So she may become decent. We'll keep an eye on her. So new vote has begun. Now, rule will not benefit us according to this. I think it will. And I feel like we're going to vote for it. Benefit equality focused teams. So Nikita Performance, Orlons, AMR. Now Orlons are just above us. These guys are the stronger teams. I'm going to go with it. So let's skip to the end here. And it's gone through. So next season we don't have to worry about brakes, which is nice. So after that, it's very high merit payments. There's a huge difference in prize money awarded to the top and bottom teams, rewarding the top teams at a much greater rate than the small teams. Now, it hasn't really said much about it, other than top teams get more money. So when is that? That is in 8 weeks' time. So we're going to do that one in the next episode. We are going to get this up to the 15th day before the race, so you can see what else happens. Basically, not a lot. Not a lot at all. We've got a few bits of mail coming through. We've got a report on the upcoming race. Spec brakes has ended. That's fine. Championship target update. Currently 8th place. It's currently bang on the original target of 8th. Not bad at all. Next race in the calendar is Phoenix. 38 lap race. Lap race is 1.98 miles. So we're going to have a quick look at the finances. Can we request additional funds? No, he doesn't like it. I've already given you additional fund this season. I'm not made of money. Yeah, but you know, money? Money, please? So, how are our parts looking at this point? So as you can see, improvability on these has gone way up. The reliability is like nearly full. 68 on the performance, which brings it the same as our other suspension. Now, we will be equipping this in our next race. It's a risk, hence why it's got a risk factor available to it. It could be illegal. It might be fine. Who knows? It's a low risk though. That's the main thing. Yeah. That's 1 day before the race, 3 hours before the race, that's fine. So we've got 29 days after the race for here. So this is where we want to be looking at now, is performance. Actually, I think we may just smash into it like that. 85% is enough for us to get away with. In fact, we're going to go fit that part right now. So, where are you? There we go. And you can have that one. Still not happy about it, though, look. Next season, he's gone. I don't care. So we've got risk on this part, that's fine. What can we do? That's going to improve a little bit further now. We've got another scouting report here on another driver. I do like to keep me reports going. We get this happen sometimes. I hate to sound like a salesman here, but if we have able to have a simulator in HQ, it will really help the team to progress. Now, simulators are really expensive, plus we haven't been able to unlock them yet, so no. Scott Price will be one of the weakest drivers. Yeah, he's pretty shit. He's got an annoying other half too. So yeah, so that's pretty much it. Let's have a look here. Oh, 16 to 22. Now, 1 million per race, this dude. We're gonna scout him just to look, shall we? Well, for that we don't need to. We actually see how good she is. That's just fucking phenomenal, really, isn't it? Let's face it. So we know about these ones. These are the ones we don't know about. So we're gonna go and scout these fuckers, because we're nearly out of scouting at this point. I like to keep on top of my scouting. I like to see who's coming through, especially the youngsters. Especially the unemployed youngsters. You don't have to pay anything for contracts and shit, like breaking them. Let's get all the unemployed ones through here. The more you're going to be shit, aren't you? So Phoenix is in 3 days. It shows us what happens in the other GT Championship as well. We don't need to know. I should kind of do. It'd be nice to know, see who goes bottom, I guess, because we're going to be racing next season. Sponsors, so that's not going to change anytime soon. Ishikawa may disappear at some point, but it is a 3-star. RusJet Airways is still hanging about. So coming up to this, so now we are at the start of the next race, but we are at the end of this episode. So if you did enjoy this episode somehow, I'm not exactly the most enthralling of people, I'm sure. But if you did enjoy this episode, please like and subscribe on the video. Leave me a little comment. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Like and subscribe, leave a comment, say hello, give us a wave, and I'll see you when I see you. Bye bye.